Hello, everyone. Welcome to This Day. It is Friday, and it is October 8th, and we woke up to some rainy skies today, which is a welcome relief because we are going to be headed into a drought if we don't have more rain. So the rain is welcome. We don't have any meetings to tell you about today, so we'll jump right to who's on our show. We are visited by Tom McCray, and we're going to talk all about the golf course and some improvements that have been made, and we're going to explain to you why those improvements are being made, of course, so you have a better golf experience. And then we sat down with social services, and we have a variety of people from a bunch of different entities that came together to have a really great conference that's coming up. So we'll tell you all about that. All right, let's take a look at our weather. And of course, as I mentioned, we are going to have some rainy skies this morning, but only for a little while. It's going to be clearing up, as you can see in that back picture there. We maybe have a little bit more rain till maybe 10 o'clock this morning, and then we will be tapering off to still cloudy skies, but temperatures are looking at 74-55 Saturday, 70-54. Sunshine on Sunday, 75-54, and then Monday partly sunny, 70-55, and then a nice temperature, 72-50 for Tuesdays. If you are traveling in the state of California, take a look at these numbers. Our beaches actually are going to look pretty good this weekend. We are looking at average temperatures of 75-60, Santa Barbara 74-54, San Diego 73-54, Tahoe 58-21, Mammoth 56-20, and they are projecting snow for the weekend, and Big Bear 58-26, Palm Springs 86-60, and Vegas looking nice with a 76-55. Our sunrise this morning was at 6:51, and our sunset will be at 6:25. And thank you, Rebecca. Gorgeous shot of the golf course and a really nice sunset. So thank you for sending that in. If you have a photo you would like to share with our community, please send it into Laguna Woods Village TV at gmail.com, and we will use your photo in this very entity over the next week or so. All right, when we come back, we will have Tom McCray and talk all about our golf course, so stick around.
For more than 30 years, Active Care has been providing the highest level of care to residents with Alzheimer's or other memory loss. We specialize in memory care. That's our sole focus. With 3 levels of care and an engaging activity program, Active Care enhances life for every resident every day. Our newest community, Active Care Laguna Hills, will open this fall. We're now accepting reservations. Call 949-877-8233 to learn more.
There are many treasures within the walls of Laguna Woods Village. The foundation of Laguna Woods Village is one of them. Nowhere in the nation has a community embraced a commitment to assist its own residents with temporary emergency support. Since 1997, the foundation makes that support available through donations by individuals, clubs, organizations, and bequests. Help the foundation to help the real treasures within the village, our friends and neighbors.
What sets Madepro apart from other cleaning companies? Well, for starters, we're pros. So we're pro scrubbing, dusting, shining. We're pro kid and pet friendly. We're pro doing things your way, like not touching your messy desk. We're pro neat freak. We're pro affordable and pro Monday afternoons because that time was just right for you. In short, Madepro is pro you. Madepro, because your standards aren't standard.
Achieve a level of comfort you've never known before. The Daydreamer will take you through smooth movements and guide you effortlessly into your favorite positions. Adjust the power pillow for ideal support for your head and neck. This and our positioning technology allows for infinite relaxation. Lay back in zero gravity while watching TV and put your body and mind at ease. Lift your spirits and find your favorite daydream. Contact your local Golden retailer today.
Welcome back. As I mentioned, we have Tom McCray here. Well, Tom, so nice to see you. How
Good morning.
are you doing?
Good, good.
Good. Well, I know you've been busy over at the golf course trying to make things better for our players and you know, the course is very challenging, I'm sure, at times.
It's a lot of property. It's a lot of grass that we have to keep healthy. It's a long process, but we've got a new group on board that's doing the maintenance. We brought in, you know, unfortunately, Sean Sincata left us, and we now have a group from Troon, the largest management company in the world, that is actually taking over the leadership. We still have our own crew involved, but they've taken over the leadership of our golf course agronomy, and it's been a great partnership so far. And currently we have a lot going on, which we'll talk about throughout this piece. But there's been some great improvements, and we're going to see even more in the years to come.
So let me ask you, what kind of a company is that, and what do they do?
Troon is the largest management company of golf courses. They basically take golf courses that are owned by others, and they manage them for them, from maintenance to food and beverage to everything, and it's worldwide.
Wow.
And it's something, you know, through my connections in the PGA, we located them, we discussed it with their people, and we came up with a partnership that so far has worked great.
And Laguna Woods has never had that before?
They have never had that before, no.
Okay. Well, what do you anticipate this company being able to do differently than before?
Well, one of the things that, you know, when you have a standalone superintendent, you have a series of expertise, and in the past we've had a great superintendent, you know, who's very knowledgeable, but it's just one guy.
Yeah.
You know, with the Troon company, what we felt was that now there's a whole company full of good people, of the expertise, the best in the business. Okay. That if we need something, if something does go awry, and honestly, something did go awry this summer. You know, we had some challenges with the greens, and we were able to recover using the resources from that company.
Oh, that's great.
And also we were able to get pricing on certain things that's a lot better because of their buying power.
Yes.
You know, so it just keeps getting, you know, the pluses keep going up. So
that is awesome. More reasons for people to live here.
Absolutely.
Right? I mean, now you can be the spokesperson for Laguna Woods Village. Let me tell you about the golf course.
Yeah, anytime. They're in my office every day, so it's all good.
Now, the last time you were here, we'll just touch on this real quick, is your new system that you have in place. Is that working pretty well now?
The new reservation system through 4UP is working actually fantastically. You know, like when we started the process, I told my staff and I told the residents that there were going to be a couple of months that were not going to be very fun, and it was going to be difficult until it wasn't. And it was exactly what we thought it was going to be. You know, getting people tuned to using the online reservation system, and to be honest, there's still some things that we have to work out within the software that their development team is working on.
Oh.
But as of right now, the tee sheet is full every day. It's the phone calls, it's very unobtrusive. It takes usually just a couple of minutes to fill the tee sheet. Okay. The monthly billing is working very well. You know, it's like a country club. You charge everything that you buy, that you use from golf, and at the end of the month, you get a bill.
That's great.
And other than a few declined credit cards or things like that, there's 2,500 people in the system now.
Yeah, wow.
And so we have 2,500 bills going out every month.
Yeah.
And right now I have about 25 people that have a variety. Your cards get hacked, and you forget where you have them. You know, Lord knows that's happened to me too many times. Got to remember what wine club I put that credit card on.
Oh, that's great that you were able to, complete that system, get it in place, and then now I'm imagining that you guys are back to normal prior to COVID?
For the most part, yes. Okay. There really aren't restrictions, other than the staff is still required to wear a face covering, while they're working and outside, inside with others.
Okay.
But other than that, we're good to go, and guests are coming out. The policies really haven't changed.
Perfect.
We thought about expanding the policies a little bit, but with the Delta variant, to be honest, we're just biding our time a little bit to see if something does change.
Okay.
Because it could.
Exactly, and why go through all the trouble of expanding and then having to pull back, so I totally get it. So let's talk about what improvements you have made. Now, a couple of things with the grass, aeration.
Correct.
So why do you do that?
Well, twice a year, what you have is a system where you have to keep the green surfaces smooth. Just growing grass, it's not necessary to aerate all the time because you're not looking for a smooth surface. Essentially, what you get with a green surface is you get a very tightly knit root pattern, and it grows and grows and grows for 6 months, and then it gets really tight and it starts to get clumpy and it starts to not be able to drain. So what we have to do is we have to use a process called an aerification. And what you see here on the screen is you see the number of holes that are punched. We have a machine that essentially comes through and removes part of the thatch, part of the turf. And those tines are actually very good, healthy tines. We use those to growing grass in other areas. And once we do that, then that allows the root systems to grow into the sand that we spread over the green surfaces and fill them in.
Okay.
And then we're able to, once it recovers in, now we have a good, healthy grass surface that we can actually mow down to that smooth area.
So what's in the holes now? You can see it's like white.
It's sand. It's very fine aerification sand that is spread out and fills in all the holes. Otherwise, it would take a lot longer to grow in, and it would grow in with a little bit of a hole. So we make sure that we spread sand over it, we spray it in to make sure all the holes are filled, and then over time the grass will grow and it will fill those holes in.
Oh, I see. And how often did you say you have to do that?
We do that in the fall and we do that in the spring.
Oh, okay.
But also in part of some of the pictures that'll pop up here in a moment, what you see here is the tea surfaces in the fall. What happens is with the grass that we use, there's a lot of Bermuda and there's a lot of kikuyu grass. And in the winter, that doesn't grow very well. And it tends to go off color, and the growth just basically slows down to nothing.
Okay.
So the high traffic areas, which are on the tees, which everybody is going to walk in these areas, we have to actually put some different grasses on those tee surfaces to allow them to have something to hit off of.
Right.
And that's what we have to do. So what you'll see, what's going on right now, is you'll see what we have to do is we have to come through and scalp down all the grass that's on there now. That's what you saw in that last picture is the brown grass. It doesn't look very nice. But then what we do is we have to come in and actually put a ryegrass seed on top of that.
Okay.
And we have to water it very, very heavy.
Oh, I see.
So some of the tea surfaces when you go out and play now aren't great. And on the big course, we have all the tees pressed way forward so the other tees can actually take hold and grow.
And how long is that going to take?
We're going to start to open them up probably at the end of next week.
Oh, okay.
And I will admit they're a little bit behind because during the current situation, the grass seed simply wasn't available. So we were a week.
It's on one of those ships.
It's probably on one of the ships out sitting in LA Harbor.
Exactly.
Like the hats that we can't get. People wonder why we don't have some hats in the pro shop.
Yeah.
It's taken 3 months to order just a basic cap.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. That's crazy. And then one last photo, we have sand. So what is that? Is that part of the aeration?
Right. That's what the green initially looks like. Once we punch all the holes, we have to come through with a spreader and throw sand.
Oh, that's it. Okay.
And then what you can see in that image is you see a lot of the sand is not in the holes. You can actually see some of the holes without sand in it. So what happens is once we spread the sand, then we come through with a sweeper and make sure that we're sweeping sand into all the holes.
I see.
So they're topped off, and then we can blow all the sand off of that. And then we can actually play on it. It's not ideal. The greens are a little slower, a little bumpier.
Yeah.
But when we do that, then the grass will be healthy for the months to come.
I mean, that's only a temporary situation until it actually all grows. So that's great.
Yeah, golfers are used to it. They know what it is. But it was funny. You start having people ask, why do you have to do that? We want to play golf. And I says, well.
Now you know.
Now you know. I explained it to them, and I thought this would be a great topic to talk about today.
It is a great topic. I mean, always interested to know how things operate and work. So we appreciate that. Thank you for coming in.
Of course.
Anything else?
Go Giants.
Go Giants. There you go. All right. Thank you again. All right. And we will be right back after this with social services. So stick around.
Parkinson's disease is a neurological movement disorder affecting an estimated 1 million Americans, including many under age 40. The American Parkinson Disease Association is the largest grassroots network in the United States, working to help ease the burden and find the cure for those coping with Parkinson's. Visit apdaoptimism.org today to find out how you can help millions live with dignity and optimism. Your action today will help APDA put an end to Parkinson's disease.
Pickleball is the fastest growing sport in Laguna Woods, and during the day, hundreds of pickleballers play on the association's 7 courts. But at night, that number is greatly reduced because there are only 4 lighted courts. Light the Night is a community improvement project, and the Pickleball Club has stepped up to assist GRF with funding. You can help by making a tax-deductible donation of any size through the Village Community Fund. Go to villagecommunityfund.org and click on the Light the Night link for more information.
Welcome back. Well, today I am joined by 3 people. We've got Susan McInerney, who is here on behalf of Social Services. We have Jennifer Brya, who is here on behalf of Be Well Orange County. And then we have Nancy Cooper, who is the chair of the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention here in Orange County. Well, thank you, ladies, for joining me today.
Thank you.
Nice to be here.
Now, Susan, you have brought on these lovely ladies that are here, obviously, for a very, very important cause and situation that we are facing, probably more than ever before, primarily amongst our elderly. And I'm assuming most of it is probably because of COVID-19. And you and I have talked many times about this, but tell me a little bit about sort of why you all got together.
Yes, well, thank you for having us all on. We are all together because we are having a conference coming up in October for Suicide Prevention Initiative program. Mm-hmm. I'm very excited to work with the whole entire group. I'm one part of it. It's a 2-day conference. And it has a long history before we got involved in social services. So I'll turn it over to Jennifer to give a little background. But for Laguna Woods Village Social Services, we're really happy to be a part of the conference that's coming up in October. Jennifer, can you give us a little background for everyone about the program?
Sure, and just as a reminder, I'm with Be Well Orange County, and I am the director of the Community Suicide Prevention Initiative. And this initiative really at its core is a coalition of partners, organizations, and community members who are really committed to reducing suicides in Orange County. It grew out of a grassroots movement about 4 or 5 years ago when different community members who had been touched by suicide started meeting on Saturday mornings once a month at different Panera Bread locations around the county. And they met over coffee and a common experience and really a commitment to improving suicide rates in the county. So they asked the county leadership to kind of help with some data around what we were seeing in the trends. And what we saw is that over a 10-year period from 2008 to 2018, the suicide rate in Orange County increased by 25%. And that's true across genders and age groups and ethnicities. But we do have 3 target groups in our community who are at particularly high risk. That's teenagers and young adults, men in their middle years, and older adults, particularly those living in isolation. So we have a coalition of partners, public, private, faith-based organizations, healthcare partners, CBOs, NAMI, Council on Aging, that are all in this to try to address this trend and move it in a different direction. And that's why we are having this conference coming up.
So Nancy, based on what Jennifer had just spoken about, I'm assuming you're experiencing the same kinds of things.
Yes, we are. We are experiencing the same kinds of things of people just expressing their stress, expressing their concern about what's happening in this atmosphere that we have today.
Okay. All right. Now, I'm going to go back to Jennifer for just a second. The Be Well Orange County, I've spoken to many people regarding that organization and your actual location. So is suicide prevention dedicated, is it dedicated to one level, or do you have just a few rooms, or how does that work there?
Well, I think you're referring to the Be Well campus, which is a facility and in Orange New that just opened earlier this year, and it does have services for folks in psychiatric crisis, as well as those who are battling substance use disorders. But the Community Suicide Prevention Initiative is another activity under the Be Well umbrella. So while we do have the campus and there are clinical services available there, this is really a community-driven initiative to really promote awareness about suicide and mental health, and also to reduce the stigma that is so present in our communities that really prevents people who are in crisis or in need from seeking help. So we're working across all of our other partners, businesses, faith-based communities, educational partners, to really bring about awareness around what's happening in Orange County. What can we do about it? What are the resources that are available? How do you take care of yourself and your neighbors and your friends and family? And that's really the purpose behind this conference, is to share resources and knowledge so that people know where to find help if and when they or someone that they love needs it.
Okay, great. And Susan, can you just sort of walk us through the details of the event? It's October 14th through the 15th, and that was from 9 to 12.
It is, and on the second day, it's going to be focused on older adults. So I'm hoping that, of course, we want Laguna Woods residents to attend both days, but if you only have one day, it seems that the older adults would make more sense to attend. We're going to have Dr. Park is going to be a part of it from Council on Aging, Mark Odom from Alzheimer's Orange County, and myself. What I like about that is, as you probably know, Lisa, those are all of our partners of people who work within Laguna Woods Social Services. So we have a very close working relationship, and as this speaks to, that we work together on initiatives like this. There's going to be, I think it's important to attend and important to speak about, because you have to remember what Jennifer said, older adults 85 and older are the highest risk, which I think a lot of people don't realize that sometimes. So it's important to get the word out, talk about it, talk about resources, talk about things that we can do for prevention. But also, I think one of the things that Mark Odom from Alzheimer's will be talking about is people with dementia or memory impairment, and how that impacts not only the resident with dementia, but the caregivers. We spend a lot of time providing resources and referrals and support to caregivers within the village. So Mark is going to be talking about that. But I'm proud to be on this panel because it's a lot of great knowledge, information, and it will be a good opportunity for village residents to learn more.
That is great. And I thank you all for the information and for being such a great, a part of such a great opportunity that's happening for everyone. So thank you.
Thank you, Lisa.
Thank you.
And we'll be right back after this.
Over 25 years, we have worked hard to make Brilliant Smile the premier dental office in Laguna Woods. We take the extra time to understand our patients' special needs and always perform the highest quality dental work at affordable prices in a relaxing and friendly environment. There is no need to refer our patients to anybody else. We perform everything from cleaning all the way to the implant and sinus surgeries all under one roof. Stop in or call and experience the Brilliant Smile difference.
Looking for a change of scenery? You don't have to play golf to enjoy all that 19 Restaurant and Lounge has to offer. From a delicious breakfast menu to our delectable lunch and dinner specials. At 19 Restaurant and Lounge, there is something for everyone. Relax with your friends and family and take in the beautiful view from our spacious patio. Or enjoy a cocktail and appetizer in our lounge. 19 Restaurant and Lounge is a great place to socialize, enjoy a meal, or simply take in the view. Join us 7 days a week and experience Laguna Woods' exclusive dining experience.
At Freedom Village, we want you to create a life worth believing in.
Staffing is fantastic. Whenever you need any help, they're there to help you.
I met so many people. I have so many friends now compared to when I was, living by myself. I didn't have hardly any friends.
I have to say it was one of the best decisions of my life. It's like living in a resort. It's just the nicest way to live.
Welcome back. All right, for our Cloudy Friday, we have a great movie for you, and it is called Pay It Forward. And that stars Helen Hunt, and it is the story of a social studies teacher who gives an assignment to his junior high school class to think of an idea to change the world for the better and put it into action. You can see that today, 2 p.m. with subtitles and 6 p.m. without subtitles, and that is brought to you by Harvard Eye Associates. All right, a couple of other announcements. Next week, there is going to be a flu shot clinic right here at Florence Sylvester Senior Center parking lot. And you can participate by driving your car over there at 1 to 3 p.m. And that's Tuesday, October 12th. No charge, it's free, and it is sponsored by Memorial Care. And so you don't even have to sign up. You just drive on through and they'll take care of your flu shot really quickly. So that's awesome. The Cat Club is having an event and they wanted you to know about it. And they're going to have some adorable cats there, maybe even some kittens. Look at that cute little Susie, isn't that adorable? That is going to be at Clubhouse 5 on Wednesday from 1:30 to 3:30. Friends, fun, food, and free stuff. Who doesn't love free stuff? Lots of space to social distance and masks and your vaccine cards or a COVID test proof required. Refreshments are after the meeting. If you want more information, go to LagunaWoodsCatClub.com and you can see all the information. Now, New Year's Eve is not that far away, and you know that anything that is happening on New Year's Eve is probably going to sell out. So you will want to purchase your tickets as soon as possible. Tickets are on sale now. $35, $30, and $25. And of course, it's New Year's Eve at the Performing Arts Center starting at 7:30 p.m. And look at this, 90-minute special featuring all these great acts. We've got the Cordettes, Jade Johnson, Pete Barbuti, Dan Birch, and Art Vargas. Sounds like a blast. So get your tickets by calling Recreation 949-597-4288. Email recreation@vmsinc.org or tickets.lagunawoodsvillage.com. All right, let's take a look at our weather one last time before we head out. As I mentioned, a little bit of rain this morning, maybe a little bit more, not too much more. And then we are going to be cloudy all day, 64-55, 70-54, 75-54, Monday, 70-55, and Tuesday, 72-50. And take a look at our California weather. Looking pretty good at the beaches this weekend, all in the 70s with overnights in the mid-50s to 60. Tahoe, Mammoth, and Big Bear all in the 50s, overnights in the 20s. Mammoth is expecting snow. Palm Springs 86-60 and Las Vegas 76-55. Have a great day in the Village. Happy Friday. We'll be back here again tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Otherwise, you can rewatch our program at 12:30 and 5 Monday through Saturday. Have a great day in the Village. Bye-bye.